Well, welcome everybody to the very first episode of Get to Know You. I know it's not a very clever name yet. Maybe I haven't spent enough time on the name. But we are taking the opportunity to get to know people in our congregation. And I wanted to start off with someone extremely interesting, pivotal behind the renovation cause here at the church. You can see the new kitchen area directly behind us today, all the Sunday school area downstairs, all the upgrades to our little conference room and things of that nature. Mike was there from the beginning to the end, and he spent a lot of time making sure that contractors do what they're supposed to do and do it in such a way that it will benefit us in the end. And he's so good at that because he is Paul Sheet Metal is you might know that name from around town. Mike Paul is Paul Sheet Metal. So welcome, Mike.
Thank you.
And we just thought we'd ask a couple questions, get to know you a little better.
Sure.
First of all, how long have you been with this church?
Since I was baptized in 1948.
1948.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Yeah, a few years ago. And you've been here the whole time.
Yes, except for there was 2 years when I was in the military stationed up in Alaska. I was out of the area.
Stationed up in Alaska. Did you offend someone or?
No, I actually was scheduled to go to Vietnam, but it was during the time when they were downscaling, backscaling. And so they gave me a chance to pick two stations, Colorado or Alaska, and I picked Alaska.
Wow.
So.
Did you get to do anything fun up there? Did you?
Oh yeah, I got to go snowmobiling and hiking. I was able to go hunting moose. I had a friend that had a float plane, so I was able to fly around.
Wow.
And see a lot of Alaska. Also, in the military, I was stationed with a field group that we delivered supplies to the troops in the field. So I got to fly in helicopters in Alaska and drop off supplies out in the field.
Wow.
Seeing a lot of things that people never see.
Yeah.
It's pretty unique.
Have you ever been up there since then?
Yes, I've been back there twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, what kind of things do you like to do? What would you say your hobbies are? What do you do for fun?
I love to walk with my dog, especially on trails that I have in my forested land, and just look at nature and the unique creations that God has given us to look at. I like hunting and fishing. I like taking my grandkids out on the pontoon and swimming.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah. Well, you're a real outdoorsman, kind of.
Yes,
it sounds like.
I would say more outdoorsman than indoor, absolutely.
Well, excellent. Now, tell me a little bit about Paul Sheet Metal. Like, did you come to this through your father? How long has Paul Sheet Metal been around?
My grandfather started the business in 1913.
Wow. Right here in Rice Lake?
In Rice Lake. And then my dad took it over after World War II. And then I took it over from my dad in 1982. Wow. And I've been there ever since. So this year I actually celebrated 50 years in working in that business.
Wow.
And I'm still going strong. I don't know for how long, but...
Well, and the business itself is just over 100 years.
Yes.
103 then,
yes.
Right? Yeah, if my math skills are...
Excuse me, I made a mistake. It was 1919.
1919. So we're coming up on 100 years.
Coming up on 100 years, yeah.
Wow, there should be a big party for that,
I think there will be.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about your family.
Well, I have a significant other, Angie Vanessa, that I've been with for a number of years. I have a son and a daughter. My son has 3 daughters, and his daughters have 3 daughters, and my daughter has 3 daughters.
Wow.
And my daughter's daughters have 3 daughters, so I have 6 granddaughters and 6 great-granddaughters.
Wow. You know, I can't remember the word off the top of my head, but there is a different word for father than the normal word for father when you only have daughters. It's like a man with many daughters is the word for it. And and they're always very kindly to people who only have daughters.
My granddaughters and great-granddaughters all call me Papa.
Oh.
So it really makes me feel great.
And you said you like to take them out on the pontoon.
On the pontoon, and when we're around
camping.
in the winter, we go riding four-wheelers or snowmobiles. Or last year I took my one granddaughter bow hunting. She enjoyed that.
Wow. Well, you sound like a great grandfather. Hey, come on up and I'll let you play with all these great toys.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, that's great. Where do your son and daughter, where do they live?
They both live just outside of Rice Lake, and
Fun.
both are employed at Paul's Sheet Metal. My son, Mike Jr., is our crane operator that goes around setting all equipment up for us and setting trusses for other contractors. My daughter is our general manager and personnel manager, and will take over in my footsteps when I retire.
So keeping the family business.
I hope so. I
Wow.
know in the reading I've done, each succession of family, that each generation, it's harder to keep going. So this will be the fourth generation for them, and hopefully they can keep plugging away.
Yeah. Well, I hope it stays in the family for many more generations and continues to do you proud and that of your grandfather and father.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Well, last but not least, I wanted to ask you just a little bit. What are your thoughts on the church right now? What are you most excited about? What are you kind of looking at and you're really happy about?
Well, I'm really excited about how the congregation comes together for improvements and helping people and helping the community. We've done some great things here with the remodeling, with new heating system and things such as that, and they're all willing to pull and help each other. And I'm really impressed with that. And that's one of the reasons why I enjoy being a member of this church.
Yeah, we have a real friendly, real family-oriented community, and that's something not to take for granted, I think.
And how the members love each other and help each other when the need arises. That's important.
Well, I want to thank you, Mike, for being the guinea pig for this little experiment that we're doing here. Hopefully now you feel like you know Mike a little better, so when you see him, you can ask him how his kids are, you can ask him how the trails are, you can ask him for tips on hunting and fishing, you can just get to know him a little bit better. Make sure underneath this video, either on Facebook or on YouTube, you leave comments on who you would like to see interviewed next. If you want it to be a practical joke where the pastor seeks out people who maybe don't want to, I'm fine with that. Or if you really, you've met this person on a couple of occasions and you'd like to see more about them, let me know. And we'll try to keep this up every week. And in the meantime, God bless.
Thank you.